Hey guys, it's Monday. Sorry, I don't feel so good.
Oh, gross. Get away. Anyways,
Yeah.
This is Linda. I'm Cameron. We're going to go over what's sold in our online store today. So this is Monday. This will be all the sales from today, but you'll see Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday sales next. If you are new, we are resellers. We buy stuff at garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales. Try to flip it online for a profit, mostly on eBay, but some other platforms too. We did sell something on a different platform today, which was cool, but let's go over the numbers first, then we'll show you the items.
So we had 8 sales across 2 platforms for just over $240.
So a pretty slow day for us, quantity and dollar amount. We like to have a little bit more, closer to $400 in sales. Maybe 15 sales would be great. But let's get into it and go over what did sell.
First up on Poshmark, we've got these MEK D&M distressed jeans, and those sold for $27 plus shipping.
I think those were $5. That brand always sells pretty well for us. Not as good as like BKE or like Rock Revival or something, but I usually, if I can get them for cheap enough, they'll sell. Next.
Then to start us off on eBay, we've got a Haynes manual. This is a Nissan 300ZX, sold for $16 shipped.
That was $1.
Then from our local library's used bookstore, we've got a set of 4 Harry Turtle Dove series, sold for $30 shipped.
Settling Accounts, I guess, is the name of the series, but anyways.
Then we got at a $1,200 tool buy, a Snap-on fuel injection tester. Everyone needs one of these.
Who doesn't, right?
That sold for $60 shipped. Then we got a pair of
Onitsukas?
Onitsukas.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
These are the Tiger unisex shoes, and those sold for $35 shipped.
Pretty good shape, so $35 on those. I think those were $5 or less.
Then to a repeat buyer, we've got Batman Vengeance for PS2 for $24 shipped.
I never saw this game before when I picked it up. I'd never seen it, so one of those ones I haven't heard of.
Then we got a 5-Finger Death Punch t-shirt, sold for $13.50. And last but not least is this cool piece. This is a vintage Fiji hand-painted two kitties double light switch plate cover. So they are actually that. It's not just like on your basic like rectangle one. It's actually like a 3D.
Yeah, it's dimensional.
Dimensional, cute little kitties. They're adorable.
It was $1 in the estate sale, then it sold for
23 and some change.
And Linda's watch is going off. It doesn't understand what we're saying. Stop listening to us, bro. No. So $1 and a 20-something. It was at an estate, so I couldn't pass it up. So pretty easy packing, that's for sure. Trying to find the silver lining if we're gonna have a slow day. Obviously, Linda doesn't feel good. I'm tired because it was a long night last night and early morning. So maybe we got to get to bed a little bit earlier tonight. And we'll see you guys tomorrow with what sells on Tuesday. Back with sales for
Tuesday.
Nailed it. How did we do?
We had 6 sales across 2 platforms for just over $250.
Yeah, luckily some higher dollar sales came through to even get us there. It was a rough day, slow day, not a lot of offers. A couple, I think, offers may have come through, but not much. And they were very low offers anyway. So let's get into it. Hoping that
That's
Wednesday.
More than yesterday, though, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday was $240.
No, I don't even think it was. There was like 200 yesterday or something.
No, I think it was $240.
Either way, it's not that great. So let's
going up though.
First item.
First up on Mercari, we've got this set of ruby red newborn doll hairs. So we have 6 different ones.
Blonde, couple blonde, brown.
Different kinds of blondes though.
Like medium brown. We have blonde, ash blonde.
Yeah, so there's a lot of 6 of them out of, obviously Cameron pulled out the more expensive ones, and then, and sold those separately.
Not so much. What I did was, yes, on some that were selling, other ones I wasn't sure if they were going to sell, so, because there wasn't a lot of sold comps, so I'm like, well, I'll just make a lot and see if it sells better that way, and if it sells first, then I'll grab the other ones and just lot the other. They say $1 a piece on them, you probably can't see, but they're actually half off that day, so we're in it for $3. And they sold on Mercari for?
$27 plus shipping.
$27. So happy about that. We're going to make money. I probably could have listed them individually and they would have sold for around 10 to 12 bucks a piece. We'll make like 4 or 5 shipping, or 4 or 5 bucks profit, but got rid of a bunch. And we still have some single ones left, so we'll sell those off. Plus, like I said, they were only 50 cents each, so pretty good.
Then we've got Thin Lizzy, the greatest hits on DVD out of one of the rock and roll buys, and that sold for $28 shipped.
That was a good one.
Then we got this pair of Vans Ultra Cush Pro denim shoes. So they're like a denim material, but they're all black. And those are size 12 that sold for $35 shipped.
Those were $5. Good deal there.
Then Cameron got this from his work as one of the prizes.
Years ago. I think during COVID, at the end of the year, basically I think they had to spend money that was a dedicated normal to like an end of the year party, but we couldn't meet. To do like a luncheon or whatever. So they gave out these Whirly Pop popcorn makers, and we're never going to use it. We're not going to make it. So it's been sitting around for years, and I'm like, I got to list this thing, and it sold for?
It sold for $35 plus some change. It sold for the exact same price as the Vans, $35.33.
I think because they were the same price, and I sent a 7% off to watchers, which was good.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that gets out of here. Thank you, work, for giving me that, but it wasn't a gift. That I wouldn't, but we'll make a few bucks. So anyways,
then we got this Raising Cane's camo hat with the mesh back.
We had sold one like this before. I think at that time it sold for 35 or 40 shipped, but at that time there were multiple ones listed. I went and found another one in a box, and there were none listed, so I listed this for
$50, and it sold for $50 shipped.
Yep, $50. So that was cool. So I got a few extra bucks in that because, again, that's why you always got to check the market and see what's available, what's not, see what you're competing with. So pretty cool.
And last but not least, we've got this vintage Snuggly brand baby carrier. It's a navy blue corduroy. It's still got some life left into it. I cleaned it up as best I could. Got any baby vomit stains out of it because it had a good.
It smells good.
It had a good amount in here. It was kind of crusty. Whoever had it just kind of they were done with it. And they just sent it on its way. So
this is a vintage one. It's like basically, if you're not familiar, a vintage baby carrier basically. We got this from Hirsch number 2. I do remember that. Our second buy from him. He was a reseller. If you haven't noticed, him and his wife. And I went to their garage sale and bought a bunch of stuff, a bunch of Flobies. Atari system, and then I went back a second and third time, and then second time or third time, and then he came to the house a couple times with cars full, so it was great. This was something we had, it just needed to be clean, and it sold pretty quickly for
$60 shipped.
$60 shipped on that, so very happy with that. That's an item to look out for. There's some that if you can get the original, I don't know if this is the original one, but there were some going for about $80. They look a little different than mine, so something to keep an eye on. There's the Snuggly 2. I guess the second model, whatever, that one sells a little bit as well, but not as good as these ones. So
you want the Snuggly 1, not the
I would still pick up a Snuggly 2 if you got it for a couple bucks, but the original one, yeah. Anyways, that's all we got. We'll be back in a little bit with what sells on Wednesday. Hey guys, it's just me. Linda's not feeling well today. She's going to take the day off. She did pull the orders for me, but she's laying down. She's been really having the sinus infection, so she'll take it easy. I'll go over this. It will be a little different because I don't have the sales numbers in front of me, so I'll be estimating what the prices, what you see on the screen might be accurate, but sometimes best offers are taken, and when I do the screenshot, it doesn't really reflect it. So just trust that I'm pretty close to probably what it sold for. Today is Wednesday. We sold 15 items for $400, I think, and $85 or $84. Much better than we were the past 2 days, so we had things pick up today. Kind of a good mix, nothing crazy, just kind of a bread and butter day, but we're happy things came through. First off, we sold something on Posh. A pair of Vans. They're like called Ultra Cush. They're more shoes. They're not really like your typical Vans. I think these were $5, and they sold for a best offer on Posh of $35 plus shipping. I think they were listed at $40 or $42. I think they were on sale on eBay, I think, for $38 free shipping. So definitely a good deal. Happy about that. Obviously a little bit higher fees on Posh, 20%, but we'll take the money, move it out of here. Time to go to the eBay sale. So the first item that sold on eBay, we have a couple copies of this. It's a game you probably wouldn't expect. Can't really see the light there. Madden 17 for Xbox 360, brand new sealed. There is a little tear here at the bottom. I got a stack of games, a bunch of these ones and a couple other ones for $10 from a guy. No, $15 from a guy. And that one sold for $45 free shipping. So great deal on that, $45. A lot of times when we talk about sports games for video games, you're like, hey, these are not worth picking up. Most of them don't have a lot of value. Here's one to remember. Even used, this game goes for 10 to $20. If you price it and hold on to it, you'll get more like 15 to 20. So pretty cool there. Next we have, what do we have next? I think it's this guy, Ronald McDonald here. I listed him last night. He's got a lot of stains on him and stuff. He's from the 80s. He was part of a big toy buy for 40 bucks. He sold for 28 shipped, not a whole lot, but happy to see him go. Very quick sale on that one. And then next we ended up having some canisters sell for vacuums. Here is a nice Shark rotator one. Looks pretty clean, a little couple marks there, but I got it for the most part clean. What I've been doing, I used to just wipe them out, but I've been taking them and kind of spraying them out with the little faucet thing and getting them nice and clean. I wipe them down first, then spray them out to get any other dust. They come out pretty nice. Let them dry out. This came off a $5 vacuum. This is the first piece to sell. I just listed it last night. It sold for $40 shipped. That's what all the comps were at, but I forgot to check if there were any listed right now. I probably could have asked a little bit higher since it sold so quickly, but those Shark canister vacuums, there's different sizes, different vacuums. Look up the model. I usually try to pay $5 for my Shark vacuums when I buy them, and I want to make sure there's no damage to the pieces because that will affect it. But 5 into 40 probably cost us 15 to 20 to ship it. We'll make some money off that, plus all the other parts we had to part out. Then we also sold this is a Kenmore. It's like another canister, a different kind of vacuum. I don't pick them up that often. I think this was $2 from one of my main sources, and this sold for $45 shipped. This is not as a quick seller. There are not as many of people that are buying these ones, I think, but I listed a little bit higher because there were no competition, and it sold for $45 shipped. Again, probably the same shipping, 15 to 20 bucks depending on where it's going. Okay, let's see if I can remember what comes in what order. I do think we sold an ornament here. This is a Disney, I think it's Mulan. You'll see on the screen. It's part of our Disney 330. We got a bunch of Disney ornaments. It came with a bunch of Tigger and Winnie the Pooh stuff, along with just a bunch of toys. Just a great buy overall. We've been selling these Disney, they're the Disney Sketchbook Memories ornaments or whatever they're called. Ornaments. And this one sold for $65 shipped. We have probably 8 ornaments left. If you've been following us along, we sold one ornament. It was Tangled, I think, or something like that. And it sold for $300, whatever one it was. $300 for one Disney ornament. So that was super cool. Man, I forgot what the order was. Here we go. I think we sold this remote right here is I forgot what brand it is, but this one works a certain unit. It might be Sanyo or something like that. This sold for 15 bucks. I just used Google Lens, found the remote, and that one sold, so that was cool. We sold this Disney, speaking of Disney, this little bell. This is from the newer film one, I think, that came out. Yeah, the live action one or whatever. We saw that. This was originally 35 bucks. It sold for 28. The doll is brand new, but the box is not in great shape. It's not perfect, but I think I spent $7 on that. I thought it would go for a little bit more. I wasn't really paying attention to the price on the bottom, but at least it's out of here. It probably cost 10 to ship. We'll make a few bucks on it. We sold The Art of Comic Book Writing. This is a book I got for a stack of books for comic writing and comic drawing books. This I usually look for subject matter like that might be interesting. This was a part of that stack, and it sold for 16 bucks on a best offer. We also sold this Sega Dreamcast Virtua Tennis, just the disc and the case only, no manual. This came in a big Dreamcast buy I had, and it sold for like 12 bucks. Not a whole lot, but Dreamcast games, guys, are harder to find. So when you do find Dreamcast or like Sega Saturn, things like that, sometimes they have some value, even a common sports game or something generic, because it's just not as many of them out there. We also sold a DVD here, Red Riding. I think this is from the DVD 200 buy. It's a 3 DVD set. I've never heard of it. I'm guessing it's a horror, a compelling, disturbing crime drama. Anyways, that sold for like 14 bucks and some change, a 7% offer to watchers. We also sold a Duffy Bear. This was super cool. If you know anything about Duffys, just to give you a little education here, you'll see that a lot of times the bear will, like, its paws will be shaped like Mickey Mouse. The outline of its eyes and its mouth is also like Mickey Mouse head. There's the ears. So a lot of times that's how Duffy Bears are, and that's why they're called that. And a lot of times they'll actually say Duffy Bear on them. We sold was a purple or a blue Duffy Bear. Maybe even a pre-Duffys, usually when they weren't called Duffys, when they came out before they started using that term. But the Duffy Bears, some of them go crazy. We sold a blue or purple one. It has a stain on its head, and it still sold for $200. I've also sold a lot of these, like, more newer ones or whatever. They'll sell for about $30. This one I think sold for $40 shipped. I want to say I paid, I think I spent $5 on this. I paid up a little bit. It came with the tag. Originally it was 18 bucks, but look out for these Duffy Bears. We're near Disneyland, so we see this kind of stuff. But if you're anywhere, I guess people travel to Disney, but look out for little bears that have little Mickey, I don't know what you would call it, outlines throughout the bear. So that was pretty cool. We sold a pink little bag here. It's not actually pink. It's like Victoria's Secret pink. It's like one of those, like, you can kind of like rub on it or whatever and push the sequins or whatever they are the other way. It's a pink Victoria's Secret kind of a bling bag. This came in a big buy from, we refer to it as R&R, but one of our sources. It's just like a little tote, nothing crazy. Linda got it all washed up and cleaned up. There was some spots. She got them cleaned. That sold pretty quick for $30 ship. It will probably, it might go first class. It's a little bit heavier than what you would think, but we'll get it out of here. $30 was a good price, and it sold very quickly, I think within 4 or 5 days. And then we have a couple things left. We have a KitchenAid stem. You're not going to believe this, guys. If you're not selling kitchen parts, some of them have great money. I bought a KitchenAid. It's like a container that stores a bunch of the KitchenAid parts. It was at a Salvation Army for $7 plus tax. And the mixer wasn't there. The KitchenAid main unit wasn't there. This little stem I listed by itself sold for $33 ship. So I made all my money and profit on this one little stem. Usually stems off food processors are some of the quickest things to sell. Those and blades sell pretty quickly, or at least pretty easily. They're usually first class shippers, and people are usually losing them or they wear them out. So 30 something bucks just on that stem. And then lastly, I think this is last. Hopefully, I've been talking long enough. This is a Oster Cryotech. It's like a little blade set for a Oster, like kind of like clipper or whatever. This sold for like $13 shipped. I don't know if it's new, but it has 2 blades in there. It looks like it's in really good shape. And again, it sold for $13. So that's everything. A good mix of stuff. There was no $100 items here. A lot of bread and butter, but it added up to something good. Plus, we had a posh sale jump in here. We're going to end it here, and you guys will see a second with what sells tomorrow, Thursday. Hopefully, Linda will be feeling a little bit better. Thanks for watching. It's just me again. Linda's abandoned us.
Psych.
Yeah, she's still here, guys. Couldn't get rid of her that easy. Anyways, we're going to go over what sold on Thursday. She's back. She's not much better.
No.
But she's awake, so she's here to help. We got a couple things to show you, so how did we do?
We had 13 sales on our main platform, eBay, for just under $4.90.
Another good day. We had about 480 yesterday or something like that, so we're around the same. Our first 2 days of the week were like 200 and something, and a little over that, almost 300. So at least seeing some improvements. Hopefully we'll see a good weekend coming up. Let's get into it. First item, one of Linda's favorites.
Mariah Carey. Woo! This is the exclusive Walmart record of Someday. It's a glass bottle vinyl, so it's a special one that's, I think it's kind of clearish.
It's from 2020. They were like making a lot of like records.
Reprints, yeah, because she don't look like that. And that sold for almost $42 shipped.
That was from one of our big bulk buys. Look out for these records that are of like newer artists. I sold a Kendrick Lamar one the other day.
No, of older artists, but new
No,
prints.
Kendrick Lamar is not that old. He's newer than Mariah Carey. But
when did he come out?
I don't know, the 2000 somethings?
Well,
late 2000s?
2003, then
No.
he's vintage.
No, he's not. So I don't think, at least. But anyways, it sold for like 30 or 40 bucks as well. And that one was used. I've seen, I think Taylor Swift ones have sold. There's different ones of these artists that are more modern,
Recent,
but they have records, and people will buy them. So look out for them. Obviously, a sealed one even better. Next
up, we got these Levi's 505 straight leg jeans. They are new attack.
I hope these are the right ones.
3332.
I don't know.
That doesn't.
It looks like a lighter pair. These are 505s, but it might be a different one.
Yeah, it's a different one, honey.
You sure?
You grabbed the wrong one. That has a button on it.
Okay.
I
So
always look
it
at the
is
pocket.
505s, but I'm basically colorblind, so to my defense, it's hard to tell. We'll have to go
No,
find.
you didn't look at the pocket.
Well, when you're pulling all the orders.
I do it all the time, and I always look at the pocket
And
when
I
I pull the
packed
jeans.
all of the orders yesterday too. So
Normally, I pack all the orders.
So you can see how much work I did. Anyways, this pair of jeans sold for. We'll go get the right ones.
This pair of jeans sold for $33.50 to a pain in my butt buyer.
We'll see. They're one of those with a lot of questions, a lot of things. There's measurements in the listing. They still want more measurements.
I told them not to buy it, and they bought it anyways.
Yeah, they're just some people. They get a little bit. I don't think
I said you are a finicky buyer.
I told Linda she shouldn't have really responded that way. It was a little bit aggressive, but the reality is usually when people get too many questions, it's okay to help them if there's something that's not in the listing. But after a while, you're just like, you
Not
know
only
what?
that, but they asked if we do returns.
Yeah, when they're already asking about returns, it's like, okay, so you want to get this item and you're going to make me pay because it's free shipping. We know what type of person you are. You're already like planning that this may not fit, or they even mentioned they had bad experience in the past buying and stuff didn't fit. So we know that you're
She just
fit.
doesn't want to admit to the size that she actually is.
With clothing, that could be the issue. And maybe they're real honest and people didn't measure the prior stuff, but when we get a buyer like that, sometimes we're kind of like, you know what? We prefer if you just buy from somebody else. Yeah. Doesn't mean someone else couldn't buy and it could be a return, but at the same time, some people just drive you a little nuts with all the questions and already asking about returns before they've even bought the item. So
your girl wasn't feeling good.
So Linda was a little harsh, but they still bought it, so we'll see what happens. Next
up, we got this Pale Ronco automatic pasta maker measuring cup with the lid. Picked that thing up at Savers and parted it out.
Yep.
And this measuring cup itself sold for $16 shipped. Then we have Halo Combat Evolved, the anniversary edition for Xbox 360, going to one of our main video game and system buyers. Sold for $15 shipped.
I guess he's a reseller because he buys a lot of video game stuff.
Yeah. Then we have this Lego City airplane. It's the red airplane. It's a possible 3182 set. It's incomplete.
It's not complete. It's got a bunch of the fuselage and everything like that, but it doesn't have the whole plane, obviously.
Yeah.
It was in a bag already when I bought some Legos, and I listed it, and it sold for
$25 shipped.
I was surprised I got that much for it.
Next up, we got this BDU Woodland Cold Wet Weather Gore-Tex parka. It's a medium long.
These always sell, so I love when I find these. We sold the navy one that was like blue camo. It's for the Navy. Got that one from Savers, I think, for like $20 or something like that. 25. It sold for like 100. This one sold for
$90 shipped.
And it's a medium long. So it's great being the long size, but medium's not the biggest size, but still sold very well. So happy with that.
Then we have Peaky Blinders Season 6, sold for $20 shipped out of our bin store.
That was on $2 day.
Then we got the Shirley Temple America's Sweetheart Collection Volume 2.
Oh, bonus bracelets and 3 charms inside. Didn't even know that.
Whoop! Sold for $13.50.
Very nice.
Then we have this
Just Beat It. They should write a song about that.
G18 battery charger jump starter set. We have one of these ourselves, and we recommend everybody get
Ours isn't this particular brand, but it's essentially the same thing.
Got ours at Costco.
And we've actually had to use it. I had to use it to jump my work car one time. I had to jump my own car, and then we brought it when we go on vacation and stuff just to have. Because it's like it's got 4. I think it can jump 4 times. It's got, if it's fully charged, it can jump.
And it charges your phone.
Yeah, you can use it to charge your phone or anything else.
It's got USB, USB-C, and other ones.
And it can charge in from your 12-volt in your car. Like, if you want to recharge it, you can plug it into your car and let it charge. But yeah, pretty cool. This sold. I had to buy a power cord, which was about $12, and it came with all the extra attachments. So that was cool. But it sold for
$90 shipped.
Very good.
And I think the one at Costco you can get is like $50, and it's such a good deal if you get one.
This one is like a pretty good brand. We sold the last one we had from the same, but there's all different kinds, but they are helpful to have if you travel a lot.
Yeah, get one. Even if you don't travel a lot, it's always that time when you go, dang it, I should have got one. Next up, we got this vintage Caboodle large 3-tier case. It's model 2630. This one we think is the makeup one. I think you did it backwards. And that did sell for 40 and some change.
It's been listed for a while. Some of these like vintage 80s, 90s style like little makeup, cosmetic or whatever little cases, they do sell. They're kind of slow. Luckily this one is a nice, what do I want to say? What do I want to say? It gets to a nice small, relatively small size for packing. So even though it's got all these stores in this compact. So it's not too bad to ship. It'll be like similar to shipping a canister that we just shipped yesterday. Probably costs us somewhere around $15 to $18 to ship. And if you watched the first part of this clip and you saw the canister vacuums, the Shark one shipped for $12 to California, and the red one, which is the Kenmore, shipped to Ohio from California for $13. So very good deal on the shipping on those.
And that one sold for $41 shipped. I don't know if I said that. Then we have this Lasco remote control for a fan, sold for $18 shipped.
Look out for the fan remotes, little AC remotes, and obviously electronics remotes. A lot of them sell, not all of them, but they're easy to look up.
Then we've got a sports ornament, glass ornament. This is the vintage Los Angeles Lakers ornament, and that sold for $15 shipped.
There's a Dallas Cowboys one, but I kept it for me so I could put on the tree. And then also came with $5.
At Walmart, originally $4.54.
And then we got 2 NASCAR Dale Earnhardt ones that I lotted together, so they'll sell hopefully too.
Big increase in value. That's pretty good.
From Walmart.
Next up, we got these pair of Nike Drop Type LXNs. These are the Summit White and Black sneakers.
Kind of a weird looking shoe.
It is.
Got them from, I think, one of my sources.
And it doesn't look like a Nike.
Yeah, they're on the inside. You can see on the back there, but kind of weird.
They're like, oh, we got to throw a Nike symbol on there. Yeah. And those did sell for $42.50 shipped.
Just happy to see them go. We've mentioned this, I think, in another video. We've been really pricing our shoes. I used to price them a little higher with best offer and kind of take offers, and some would sell full price and whatever, but I've kind of stopped the best offer on a lot of them. If I know the price, I'm just putting kind of in the medium of where they're selling, or maybe slightly above the middle, and listing it with no buy it now or no best offer. And a lot of them have been selling much faster. And then I'll send, if I have a watcher, I'll send a 7% off or whatever, just because I don't want to keep shoes forever. Same with clothes, same with hats. If I get decent offers, or I'm pricing them at a price where they should move and it's working, we're not making probably as much as we could maximum every one, but we're making money and we're moving on, and we're trying to keep space in here. So seems to be working, especially with clothing, which is kind of like really oversaturated. So like everyone who starts reselling is like, I'm gonna sell clothes. They're everywhere, and it's like you got to realize
clothes are video games.
Yeah, well, video games you can make money on. The problem is every garage sale person's like, hey, you got any old video games? The person's like, yes, 17 people have come by. You're the 18th. Sold them to the first guy, you know, or sold them last year or whatever. And I still ask sometimes, and it paid off the other day. I got about that huge video game score for $500. My neighbor down the road, I got $200 worth of video games from him. And I made him a fair offer and everything, but you know, it pays to ask, but that's what everybody's looking for. And clothes are at every thrift store, so everybody can find them. It's easy. You have to really find the unique stuff, or get
problem with clothes, you gotta sit in those racks.
Ugh. I hate, and the racks, sometimes when the racks are so packed and you can't even like
can't move them.
Like
you
at
can't
Savers sometimes I'm like, I can't even move the shirts.
Men's shirts are really bad. Women's not so much.
I give up. I'm just like, I start and then I'm like, nope, I'm done. I usually go through the Hawaiian shirts because I can kind of tell certain style. I'll look for like a Santa one or something.
We're looking for the specific guy.
Or like the jerseys and stuff I'll look through because usually not as many. And then like maybe the cargo shorts, I'm looking for those Abercrombie heavy cargos. Different things, but the t-shirts and stuff, the dress shirts, it's like there are so many packed in. It's a pain. There's this one thrift store that's not in this town that I'll go to every once in a while. The clothes are so, I don't even know how they put many more on there. It's so tight. Like you can't even move it to see. You have to literally take the thing off to see the item, and it's just like I don't got time for that. And that's why hard goods are like the way to go. If I had to get rid of everything else, I would stick with hard goods over the soft goods. And if I had to get rid of clothing, hats, or shoes, I get rid of clothing before I get rid of hats and shoes. Hats are super easy to store. Not a lot of profit.
Especially now we're happy with our storage system.
But shoes are just, in my opinion, like a lot better to know the value on. I feel like it's just easier to see, pick the brands up and stuff, and to find the condition. I can look at a shirt in the thrift store and be like, this thing is mint. I get home, there's like a stain on the one corner I didn't see. I'm like, son of a gun, how did I miss it? And the lighting can be different in the store. So I feel like clothing is way harder to miss is way easier to miss something. And then again, like not every Harley shirt sells very well. You have to know which ones do. And then not every, Under Armour sells. Some do, some are worth not much. And then clothes come in and out so quickly. Like this item's hot right now. Like LuLaRoe used to be so hot. Now, nothing. No. You see thrift stores with hundreds of pieces. So I know we've gone long on this, but yeah, the clothing thing, we're pricing better. I think we're seeing some better results. We've seen a lot of shoes move out. We've seen some more hats. We've seen some more clothes move out because I'm trying to price better and also take decent offers when they come through. That's it, guys. Pretty good, solid, at least last 2 days. First is a little slow. We'll see in the weekend with what sells. Hopefully Linda will be feeling better. And Zane. He's not feeling more either.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.